Hi, I'm Alan White, and I'm the author of the Exponential Groups Workbook. My journey with small groups, as far as leading a small group system, started over 25 years ago. That seems like a long time ago now. We had, 10 or so groups. We've picked out some of the best and brightest from our church, and we formed groups. They led those groups for an entire year, and then every single one of them quit. And the next year we had zero groups. But we went back to the folks that had led for that year, and we asked them, what happened? What happened to your group? And what they came back and told us was that they had felt like a lone ranger. And it was interesting. Our church wasn't very big at the time. In fact, we talked to them all the time. But without some kind of structure, without some kind of support, they didn't feel like they could go any further. And maybe you've experienced this. If you've done a church-wide campaign or some sort of short-term group, it's almost like the groups, they spring up like wildflowers, and then afterwards they just kind of wither and die. So you have to have some sort of structure to support them. But then some people take it and they go clear the other way. Instead of having no structure, they like overly structure something. And they build an elaborate structure that's maybe kind of top heavy, or maybe it's so tight you can't even move. I like what Rick Warren says. He says you can build for control or for growth, but you can't build for both. And when it comes to small groups, you need to have the minimal structure that's necessary to support groups and support leaders. Not heavy, not non-existent, but just the right amount. And this is what I've endeavored to give you in my Exponential Groups Workbook. This workbook started out with some trial and error like I just described, but it also developed into some proven strategies that I've used with over 1,500 churches so far. That just seems like a crazy amount. The workbook is a companion to my first book, Exponential Groups, and it offers some updated thinking from what I did in Exponential Groups. It also gives over 50 examples, scripts, samples, exercises, timelines, templates. It even has a couple of sermons, one from Pastor Don Wink and one from Dr. Tony Evans on community. You don't have to start from scratch. We kind of give you the tools that help you get going. There are case studies that are included of churches that have actually worked through these strategies and the results that they got. Over a dozen churches contributed to the workbook, so it's not all me. I had some help along the way. But what we do in the workbook is we give you a complete system for your small group ministry. How to plan, what to say, how to recruit, how to build, how to coach, how to train, how to offer just the right amount of structure and support to create growth and to sustain that growth over time. I hope you'll check it out.